Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's 15-minute market update. We might go a little bit over the 15-minute market update because I did not do one earlier this morning. A lot's been going on. I want to update you guys both on the intraday trading and on the macro view. So we may go over about 20-25 minutes. So just to give you a fair warning, I would suggest you put this video, hit the settings wheel, and put the speed at 1.5x. so you can hear it quicker. Let me give the date first. Today is Wednesday, August 21st, 2:27 p.m. local time. I hope you're having a good day, morning or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Let me start off by giving my disclaimer to protect myself legally. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is to be used for fantasy paper trading, for entertainment purposes only. All right, guys, so let's get to it. So this is the chart that we've been using. A quick recap. This is a channel that I was trying to carve out that I have not yet given up on. So let me just go to the daily real quick. I just want to show you what that channel entails. That channel was created on that drop, looking back at prior supporting resistance, and the bottom of the channel being that $49,000 exact low that we had on the Binance chart. On Coinbase, it shows a little bit differently. It shows 49,050.01. On Binance, it was $49,000. $49,000 exactly. That's the chart that, for me, carries more weight since most of the liquidity, the majority of the liquidity happens on Binance. If you go to CoinMarketCap and you click on the markets, and then you get to look at the very top 24-hour volume, you can hit that tab and it'll put it in order, the highest to the lowest. And you'll see by far nothing comes close to Binance. All right, so let's go to the hourly time frame. So let's actually, you know what? Let me do this real quick on the, because this does pertain to the hourly time frame. Here's that flag pattern that I was talking about on my previous video. Here's a flag pattern plus that fake out that we had, came back below it. Then today we had another push. Now we're going to look at this push in detail under a microscope. We're going to go to the hourly time frame, and we're going to take a look at this. All right, so here's that line, the bull flag line. You can see where we blew above it. We came right back down. No confirmation. However, confirmation came later on in the form of a bear break back test. So we broke it bare, no confirmation, and it happened here, and we continued to go. Then we started to flirt with this line this morning here, and then you can see on this candle, look, we broke up and we got the back test. Do you see why I stress back test breaks so much in every single one of my videos? These are opportunities, these are trade setups, golden trade setups, if you know how to read them. So when you look at any type of support and resistance, any channel, EMAs, it works the same. That's what I teach my Discord, on my private premium Discord. So we had to push up to the upside. Now there's the liquidity, guys. We talked about the liquidity from high block. As a matter of fact, I just posted the picture that I had posted about a week ago from DCT. I think yesterday, as a matter of fact, I need to apologize real quick. Yesterday, I called DCT heat map high block, only because I've been using high block for so long. And I get into the habit when I think of heat map, I think of high block. Even though I still use high block, I'm liking DCT's. It's more accurate because it has the dynamic setting that I mentioned to you guys before. So this heat cluster came from the DCT trading tool, the heat map tool that I like to use to find the liquidity clusters and follow the money, which led me to here, which led us to that rejection right as soon as they finish closing out that heat, which is incredible to see that. Look at the before and then look at the after, and then see the aftermath of how that liquidity was taken out. So now the big question is, are we going to go to the other target? I had a secondary target of $63,500 for the next liquidity grab. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But this is what I do know. I do know that I need to look for the signs that are going to tell me if we're going to go higher or if we're going to go lower. And even those are not guaranteed, but they're signals strong enough for me to get in front of it. So let me explain what I mean. We know this channel here that I've been trying to carve out is a strong support and resistance line. So let's just quickly go over it. Resistance, resistance, resistance. What does strong resistance mean when you're above it? It means when you come down, that is the area that you expect the bulls to come and save it and flip it into support. Let's go back. Let's go look back. Look, we broke above it, we come back and we back test it. Rejection. Look at this. We broke above it, we come back. Look at this. Perfect touch and bounce. We back test it. And we can do this literally all fucking day, but I don't have all day to show. But at least I'm showing you how strong of a line this is. Now, the reason I'm showing you that is because look what we did here. We broke above it, no back test. 95% probability we are going to back test this. So how does this help me to get into the next position? Two things I'm looking for. This is one of them, and the next one is going to be this. Let me go here. Let me go here. You see the shaded area that represented the DCT heat map area? When I draw these lines, I hit extend left and extend right. So even though you have this here, this heat wasn't created back here. Just the shadow of where I drew to put on my chart where that heat was happens to extend all the way to the left. However, that line helps us to see where resistance is. So there's two things I'm looking for. The first one is naturally going to be a back test of this. If we can come back test and hold, next long position. Next long position target, $63,500. Now, what if we don't go there? Am I going to miss the whole ride up there? Nope, I am not, because I have another very clear area of resistance, which is this box here. Look again, I can go back. You can keep on seeing. Look, keep on seeing. Look, resistance, support. So it's a valid area that if we don't come and test this right away and we continue to climb higher, there's a good probability that we're going to back test this here, being that this was prior resistance. And if this back test and holds, I'll take my position from there. So it all depends. The setups depend on the trade coming to me. I really would like the trade to come to me here. However, the market doesn't care what I want. The market's going to do whatever it wants to do. So I can either do one of two things. I can say, cross my arms and say, the hell with it. I'll just let it go to 63,500. I'll deal with it then. Or I can say, you know what? I want a piece of it. I want a piece of it, but I don't want it here in the middle. I don't want it in an area where I was expecting a rejection, and I don't want it in the middle where I'm expecting a back test. However, if the market is not going to play ball because there's too much FOMO in, I understand the TA is still the TA. So if it climbs above here and it back tests, I'm willing to jump in front of it for the ride here. And with leverage, it's still not a bad position. So here would be my entry, and here would be my exit. And right now, I'm only using 5x leverage to respect the crazy volatility that we're having. So 2.54 on a 5x. So I'm looking at about, what is that? 13, maybe 13. Let me see, 2.54 times 5. 12.7. I'm close to 13% ROI. Good. I'm happy. I'm fine. I'm not greedy. Give me something. Give me a taste. I'm good. I get out of my trade here. I then look and see what the next reaction is going to be on the lower time frames. There's a lot of stuff happening right now pre-Asia Open. New York and Asia are the siblings that are always messing with each other. So whenever on the weekends, Asia likes to give us a scamp up weekends, what does New York like to do? Come in and smack her down. Every time Asia goes up, it goes down. When New York smacks it down, what does Asia do? Bring it back up. So the fact that we started running this morning at the 7 o'clock hour on Eastern Standard Time, which is basically the 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We've been running since then. Asia might very well say, you know what? You're going to get your back test and you're going to come back in here. And it's a very easy invalidation with minimal to no loss. Because here's the thing, I have an order waiting for me here. I have a limit order. Because the action here has been pretty crazy in the lower time frames. It's just wicks on wicks on wicks on wicks. So I'm going to have an order waiting for me there. And if we break below it, guess what? Think I'm going to panic? Let's see what happens when we break below it. Break below it, what's going to happen? If I'm patient, back test. If we break below it, what happens? Am I patient? Back test. If I break below it, am I patient? If I'm patient, what happens? Back test. It works both ways. I come here, picks up my limit order, and it comes back down. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to have a back test here. I know that. With a 90% probability, it's going to back test. And in trading, there's always a risk. If you can't take the risk, then don't trade. This is not for you. This is an area where I'm willing to take the risk because the risk is minimal because of the strong price action of support and resistance on this line. So if it comes back tests this and cannot break above it, I get out. I get out. I get out of my long, flip into a short, do the same exact thing over again. Take my short. If it happens to break above it, no big deal. And when it back tests, if it doesn't hold, we're good. If it holds, get out of my short and go to a long again. I do this all day long, every day, 7 days a fucking week. Those who follow me, those who are my premium Discord group can easily attest to that. I'm always on. Why? Because I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. You cannot possibly do this 7 days a week if you don't love doing it. And a big part of it obviously is the money, but it's the validation. It's the thousands of hours of a grown man crying because I felt like I would never get it. There was just too much information to remember. There's too many indicators to think about. There's too much going on in the entire space for me to possibly figure this out. But I didn't give up. I plucked away and plucked away and plucked away. And now I'm in the position that I dreamed I would be in. Do I have room for improvement? Absolutely. I'm never not searching for a better indicator. I'm never not searching for, I follow traders that I consider much smarter than I am, and I listen to what they say, how they say it, what they look at, their perspective on the markets, what time frames they look at, what EMAs they used. My entire system is devised of bits and pieces from all types of traders. I didn't come up with it. I'm not smart enough to come up with the system that I have. I don't share the system with you guys because this is a free video. It's a free broadcast. But I have a really well-rounded system that I share with that I teach with my every day with my premium Discord members. And I have the $25 a month for those who don't want to learn. They just want me to say, hey guys, buy here. Hey guys, sell here. Hey guys, add on here. That's all they want. They pay me $25 and that's what they get. For you guys, same thing. I just want to give you a little bit of backstory of my approach to trading and why I love it so much. And again, kind of give you an insight of what I'm looking for on the next move. Most people don't trade the hour and 4 hour time frames, let alone the 5 and 15 minute like I do. That's where I live. To me, this is a high time frame. To me, this is the weekly. The weekly, the daily, actually, I would say the hourly for me is the daily and the 4 hours the weekly because I live in the 5 and 15 minute world. So my macro view is this one, really high macro view. This is, again, like the daily, and this is where I live. Why? Because there's tons of opportunity, tons of volatility. There's money to be made every fucking day. You can go back. Look at this. There's no boring day. Look, there's no boring time on the 5 and 15 minute world, guys. None at all. Especially when you're using a 5x leverage, plenty of opportunity every day. This will drive most people crazy. And it used to drive me crazy until I got in the zone. And I love being in the zone. It's very validating to be able to help others also be in, stay in, and start to understand this zone and come to love it the way I do. So let's now look at the macro view of what I'm looking for, because there's two scenarios. There's one scenario of 63,500 that I'm looking at. So let me get this out of the way. Okay, the next liquidity grab is right here. Right there. I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to just put this in yellow. I'm just going to put just my craziness. Don't ignore me, please. It has to be to the penny. But, I mean, it's never to the penny, but again, it's my OCD. Okay, this is the next liquidity grab. Okay, liquidity grab. All right, perfect. That's the next liquidity grab that I'm looking for. So now, if we grab this, my target to exit my long is right here. It's not higher. I've been in this space long enough, and in this type of mindset has bitten me before. No, man, I'm just going to let it go. Let's just go. It hits that, and all of a sudden, boom, quick candle. Where I would have had a nice trade, and now I just have pennies. I have scraps, and even worse, sometimes I'll go below my entry. Then I'm like, damn it, now I had a plan. I didn't stick to my plan. Now I'm in negative. No need for that. Why? Same exact thing. I want you to look at the liquidity grab, and then I want you to look left. What do you see? Resistance, 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 support. Excuse me, stupid. Sorry, guys. Support. I'm looking at the resistance because that means every time it hits a support area, that means it's going to be a strong area of resistance. That's what my mind was thinking. Support, resistance, support, resistance. And what a coincidence. That's what the liquidity grab is. So I exit here. We flip this. I know with a good probability that if we flip this area, what's going to happen? We're going to backtest. Backtest holds. I get back in. I continue to write it. No big deal. Most traders won't do that. They won't get out and check and see and come back. Oh, no, fuck it. I'm just going to let it ride. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. I just have a different approach. I'm always teasing my Discord group. I'm a serial profit taker. I don't look for the 200-300 ROIs. That's not me. I don't like holding a position for 2-3 weeks. What is that? How do you pay yourself? Oh, I took some out. I pulled a little profit. No. I'm going to take my profit and get it for another setup. I feel like I'm good enough. I can come in every single day, go to the 5 and 15 minute time frame and find a setup. And there's traders out there like that. My buddy Stefan, my buddy Paul from Crypto Arena. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, Stefan, if you're listening to this. Crypto Trading Arena, CTA. They do that. They do the same thing. You can do that if you trust in your system and you trust in your TA. You can do that. I don't need to hold a one position in one direction for weeks and weeks. No, I don't do it. There's some people who do that, and that's fine. If that works for you, go for it. Go for it. I like getting paid every day. But that's just me. I might be crazy. Anyhow, let's go look at the next move. If we don't get this, if this doesn't hold, guys, nothing's changed. Nothing has changed here. I'm going to reiterate what I had mentioned before. V-shape drops after a 30% move are not common in Bitcoin on the daily time frame. I gave you guys a homework to do last time when we talked about this, to go left on the chart and try to find how many times on the daily time frame did we have a 30% or larger drop and it was a V-shaped correction like this. This is a straight V-shape. It doesn't really happen. Now, I also know that the market is not in a hurry. You're in a hurry for it to come back down and back test this and grab the liquidity in here. You're in a hurry. The market's not in a hurry. Only you are. So I'm patient. In the meantime, what am I doing? Am I sitting on my hands waiting for this to happen? No. Hell no. I'm taking advantage of the market, taking advantage of all the volatility in the 5 and 15 minute time frame, and let's go. Let's go. Eventually, this is where my eye is. Sooner or later, I'll be updating Twitter. All right, guys, we got the $50,000 DCT heat knocked out. Oh, you got lucky. Really? I've been calling it for weeks, but okay. All right. Happens every time, but okay. Sure. Now, could it not go down here? Yeah, it can do anything it wants. It can go to, it could wake up. It can go to $100,000 tomorrow. It could do anything. I don't play on could. I play on probability. I play on setups. I play on low time frame because I understand that the markets don't move in one candle. You see these wicks, guys? You see these candles on the daily time frame? Do you see these candles being whole? Just one candle with no shadows? You know what those shadows are? You know what these wicks are? These tails and these wicks and these tails? That's the proper terminology. I learned that from Brian Beamish. He hates when people call this a wick, but this is not a wick. I just makes it easier. This is called a tail, and this is called a wick up here. But again, I use the bad slang, but I want to give him props because he's a very smart trader, and I've learned a lot from him. So I've got to give him respect for what I've learned from him. In any case, what was I saying? I always think it's important to pay homage and to thank the people who've helped you along the way. So you'll always hear me thank different people because of that. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. I believe I was talking about I was talking about this. You know why? You know what all this represents? And you know why you know why it's less likely we're going to go to 100,000 in one candle? Because here's something that I use as well. Like I said, I use daily crypto trading's software, and I use HighBlock for a different purpose. On a daily basis, every single goddamn day, I zoom in here, and we play the contract sweeps. I know it's probably difficult for you guys to understand this, but this data is invaluable. Once I show my Discord how to use it, they're just like, holy shit, how can you day trade without it? It's difficult. It's very difficult because the trades that we take on the 5 and 15 minute time frame literally are fucking chosen off of these contracts. And not everyone can do that. But I've showed people in live, and that's how we trade, in live, in the morning briefs, every single day on my Discord based on this. So there's a lot of data that I look at. It's not just one thing that I look at. I look at a lot of I look at this. This is the 12-hour look back. So in the past 12 hours, where the liquidity is right now on DCT trading, on the daily crypto trading heat map. The next cluster to take out is 60,577. So let's go over here. 60,577. 60,577. That's right in here. Right in there. Right in there. So I'm waiting for this to go down, which hopefully that momentum on the way down to grab that liquidity can push it enough to give me that back test, pick up my limit order, and let's go. If not, again, we're going to go down, I believe, to grab the liquidity in here. And that's why I was mentioning about these wicks, that the market doesn't move in just one candle. It leaves all of this because all of these represent liquidations. Every single one of these. And I want you to pay attention to the wicks and what they do. Look at this. Look at this drop. You see this wick left behind? You know what that was? That was everyone longing here. Everyone longing, they came and they took it out. Excuse me. Sorry. Everyone shorting, they came and took it out. And then when people got uber bullish and said, oh my God, we're going to recover, they started to long. Market comes back, takes it away. And it continues to do that on every direction. And we get to see that live via the DCT trading heat maps and the liquidation contracts on HighBlock. Those two I use on a daily basis. Like I said, heat maps, HighBlock has heat maps, nowhere near as good as DCT. Nowhere near it. But again, it's just a matter of time and experience and the ability to understand how to use them. All right, guys, I've gone 25 minutes. I told you, I warned you guys in the beginning. So for right now, high time frames, quick recap. I'm waiting for a back test of this. Move up to here. If I don't get that back test, a flip of this into support. I take the last little move up to this liquidity cluster Then I will reassess what the market's doing here to see what my next move is on here. On here, however, when I do go into a long, my TP will be exactly 63,500. My limit short, exactly 63,500. So I exit, I get in, then I wait for that reaction to see if I'm going to stay in my short or if I got to get back into my long. It's that simple because it's a high probability area because of what I showed you and talked about earlier. Okay, that's to the upside. To the downside, if we fall below this line, 57,611, very, very likely we're going to come out and take out that $50,000 cluster down below and revisit and double and create a double bottom. Double bottoms to me, extremely, extremely bullish. Double bottom, we break up. Double bottom, we break up. Double bottom, we break up. It's not really. It's more of a sweep of the low. This is a drop consolidation. Not too much of a clear double bottom, but double bottoms. If you look back, double bottoms are extremely, extremely bullish. And here, look, even this big drop here. Look, see this big drop here? Look, see how we back test that? We didn't just leave that massive wick. No, we came out and we back test that. We put a higher low. Remember what the higher low rule is, right, guys? You guys all remember that, right? It's a 382.50. As long as we close a candle above 0.50, we have a good probability that we're going to bounce. Anything below that, any candle break below that, gives us a consolidation. Here, let's measure it. Here, continuation rule. There it is. There it is. We came down, bounced off 0.50. We did go down on the wick, but we recovered, we bounced, and we kept on going. We didn't have a clean candle close here. If we would have done that, then I would have done this. I would have turned this into my consolidation zone, hit that. We actually came down to the 786. However, there was no consolidating here. It was a bounce off the daily. If we go to the smaller time frames, that's a whole different discussion. But for right now, again, talking about in relations to seeing a V shape, this pull down. Look at what we have now. There was no pull down. We literally bounced and kept on going. You see the difference? The other one had a candle down here, had a wick down here, candle body up here. There's no fucking wick. It just bounced and kept on going. That's a V shape. That doesn't normally happen. Could it happen? Yes, it could. But again, I play in probabilities. So in those probabilities, not only does market structure give me the confirmation that I need that the probability is on my side, but the liquidity on the heat maps that were coming down to this area here. So let's see how it goes, guys. I apologize that I gave this update a little late. It was a crazy day for trading for myself and my groups. I've got the Discord group. I've got a Telegram group. I got my own trading. So I've got a lot of stuff on my plate. So I was a little bit late. I'll try to do it a little bit earlier tomorrow. However, I give you enough for you to at least sink your teeth in. Go to the lower time frames. You know what to look for. You know the validations. You know the invalidations. If you need to play this video again, play it again. Mark your charts so you have them. Put your alerts down on your charts so you have them. And follow along. See if you like the material. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Please repost. Send me a DM if you would like a link to my $25 a month Telegram channel. Send me the link on my DM. Do not answer any comments from these videos, from anything that I post. If on the comment section, somebody says that looks like me, those are all scammers. I got a ton of scammers out there. There's even a scam Telegram channel out there. Be careful with that. If you don't go to my profile on X, click the envelope and get a DM directly from me when you've accessed that envelope, it is a 100% scammer. All right? Have a good day, guys.